Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majewski Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your MLK Day, January 19th, 2026. Hope you guys having a great day out there. It is plenty cold, and boy, we got a lot to get into on this update. Not only are we dealing with some cold, frigid temperatures here for tonight, but we're also looking ahead toward the weekend. I'm sure you may have heard and seen some of the social media traffic talking about a potential winter storm coming in here across East Tennessee and North Georgia, so we're going to break down the latest on that forecast coming your way here in a second. Now, before we get into the full forecast, if you're new here on Facebook, here on the Talking Live broadcast channel, please give us a follow. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future forecast updates. All right, let's go ahead and start off with a live look there in Chattanooga. It is a gorgeous day, a lot of sunshine, although it is a bit chilly outside. We're tracking another cold front that's going to reinforce the cold air that's currently in place. Look at that shot there at Lake Chattooga. A gorgeous afternoon, a lot of sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, but definitely a little bite to that air out there as it's still a bit chilly outside. Now looking at your local radar out there, we're all clear here for this afternoon. We are going to be tracking a little bit of rain here as we go into Wednesday night and Thursday before the bigger system arrives coming into the weekend. Current satellite imagery showing a few clouds ahead of that approaching cold front. So we may have a few evening clouds here for this evening briefly as that cold front comes on through, but generally should be seeing clearing skies as we head toward dawn and some very cold temperatures outside. Now, looking at your regional perspective, temperature-wise, it's definitely been a struggle to warm up. Here comes that cold front getting closer toward us as temperatures are here in the 30s and should see a few 40s for this afternoon. Look at that, even a little bit of light snow back over there toward Arkansas and into Oklahoma. We're not expecting that to make it into our areas just yet, but we do have a little winter precipitation in the forecast here for this period. All right, so let's go ahead and start off first by taking a look at the short-term model. We're looking at the intermediate model here as we're tracking this initial system coming in here. So as we go into late Wednesday afternoon and going into that night, could see a little bit of rain coming on through with that sweep system, and then it kind of dissipates and falls on out. So that's our initial one. Seeing a little bit of snow up there into the Smoky Mountains there in Tennessee and North Carolina. And this moves on through, and we're done with that system. Then we got to turn our eyes to the bigger system. We have a big polar vortex dump with some very large cold air coming on in. Think of it as a mountain, and it's bumping into a different air mass, and it's forcing it up and bringing in moisture. So as we take a look at that one here, we're going to go from basically Friday into Saturday. You're going to see a lot of blues, a lot of pinks on this map as we go forward here. So this is going into your Friday night and Saturday morning. You're seeing some of that pink coming in toward Chattanooga. This will be in the form of freezing rain, okay? Freezing rain is a big, bad no-no, but it could be a wintry mix too. So where exactly this is going to set up here remains to be seen, and it'll definitely get fine-tuned as we get closer to this event. But we are looking at a lot of freezing rain here across North Georgia. This is the European model here, and the heavier snows staying off toward the north on this model. But it looks like it starts to clear here as we head toward your Sunday morning. So, again, be prepared this week. What I would recommend, especially if we're talking about potential icing, make sure you have batteries, flashlights, make sure you got candles, non-perishable foods. If you have a generator, get it serviced, make sure it's ready to go as we're looking at a potential ice storm across the south. We haven't had one of these at this scale in some time, potentially. So we're going to watch this very closely here throughout the week. So let's go look at our forecast here as we put this into motion. Watch that little timestamp there on top as we kind of watch the latest from the National Weather Service here as we watch this one front clear on through here for your Tuesday. That goes on to the south, so we're looking pretty nice. We got high pressure here across the area. It's going to set for a very cold morning on Tuesday, probably some of the coldest temperatures for some locations. It'll be similar to what we saw last Thursday, but very nippy out there. And then as we go into Wednesday, we'll modify a little bit as we're going to bring the clouds back at us. Again, we get that little disturbance sliding on through from Wednesday into Thursday, so a little rain there late in the day on Wednesday and the Thursday night. Thursday, we clear out looking pretty good. Then we watch for this big dome. Here it comes, this big 500-pound gorilla coming on down here. Again, it's like a wall of Arctic air, and it's basically forcing the air ahead of it to force upward. So it is a big synoptic feature here, not really so much a storm system. There's going to be a weak low that's going to generate along that boundary. It's getting the intense temperature difference there is causing this thing. And as this thing gets going, we're looking at a lot of snow, a lot of ice. It's a very broad brush right now, so we got to fine-tune that forecast, okay? So as we go into Saturday, Sunday, this should start to clear on out. and then Monday will be looking a lot better. But a lot of question marks going into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So be patient and watch for some forecast changes there as we go ahead. In the meantime, we're in store for a pretty cold night tonight here in Chattanooga, going 42 and 19, sunny and cold out there. Check out these morning lows. Boy, we got a lot of teens out there and just a few 20s, most areas down into the teens. So definitely the coldest morning we've seen across East Tennessee and North Georgia. Look at that, 11 over there at Andrews. And there'll be a slight wind over in the Georgia side, not so much across East Tennessee, but Georgia side. That'll bring down the wind chills here just a little bit. Daytime highs looking generally upper 30s to lower 40s across the area. Again, a west wind at 5 to 15 during the day. So again, a very chilly day with temperatures below normal. Regionally looking like this: 39 in Nashville, 45 in Birmingham, 54 in Jackson, 56 in Destin, 48 in Columbia, and 56 in Jacksonville. And the rest of the 7-day forecast is shaping up like this, as again, we've got that chance of rain coming in Wednesday night, Thursday morning. That's at 40% there. Chances of rain late on Friday. That's at 30% there. And then we'll watch what happens on Saturday and Sunday. Right now, I just kind of got the snow icon on there with a big mix on there for Saturday and Sunday in what form to be determined. What's going to happen on Saturdays will precipitate. The high will be early and then kind of falling into the freezing temperature. So icing is going to be a problem. And we're kind of cold all week, folks. So ground temperatures are going to be cold. Bridges and overpasses are going to be cold. And once it starts to precipitating, icing is going to be a big problem, I think. And then look at the temperature there on Monday. And that could be conservative, by the way. One of the models was actually kicking out a low in Chattanooga on Monday down to 6. So, yeah. We got some very cold, brittle air coming in here. This forecast will change. Count on it. And we'll try to fine-tune that forecast for you there to make sure you're updated on the latest information. And, of course, you can always find me at the North Georgia Majestic Weather Facebook page. You can look out for me over there and look for my postings there on a regular basis. All right, that is y'all's update. Again, if you have not given us a like and follow on Facebook, please do so at this time. And over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.